Have you ever stopped to think that maybe the reason your twin flame is running has absolutely nothing to do with him, and everything to do with the energy you're unconsciously sending out? I know, it sounds shocking, even unfair. You're there, loving deeply, trying to do everything right, looking for signs, raising your vibration, and yet, he still feels distant. But what if I told you that this very effort to do everything right is actually what's keeping him away? What if the solution isn't to chase, or to wait patiently, but to do something completely counterintuitive that will stop the runner and end the chasing, in just 24 hours? Here's the truth no one tells you: as long as you remain in the role of the energetic chaser, even if you're not texting him or showing up in his life, he will keep being the runner. It's pure quantum physics. You can't force a union by trying to force a union. Sounds like an impossible paradox, right? But today, you're going to discover the 3 magnetic keys that break this cycle once and for all. And no, this isn't about emotional manipulation or pretending you don't care. This is about a real, deep, and irreversible energetic transformation that shifts the magnetic field between you and your twin flame, in less than 24 hours. Here's my promise to you: if you apply these 3 keys today, starting right now, you'll literally erase the chaser energy within you. And when that energy disappears, the twin flame runner will have nowhere left to run. He'll feel the shift before you even finish implementing the keys, because the two of you are connected at the soul level. Key 1 will show you how to create an energetic void that only your divine purpose can fill. Key 2 will free you from a karmic debt you didn't even realize you've been paying for him. And key 3, well, this one is so counterintuitive your mind will try to sabotage you, but it's exactly what seals the permanent union. Are you ready to end the chase once and for all? Then stay with me until the end, because what you're about to learn, there's no going back. The 3 keys promise. Now you're about to receive the 3 magnetic keys you need to apply today to completely destroy the energy of chasing and force your energetic field into union. These aren't abstract theories or pretty spiritual concepts that just sound good on paper. They're concrete, practical, and deeply transformative actions you'll start implementing in the next few hours. The first key will show you how to create an energetic void that only your divine purpose can fill. The second will free you from a karmic debt you didn't even know you were paying. And the third one, well, that's the hardest of all. Key 3 is so counterintuitive that your logical mind will try to sabotage you along the way. It might seem impossible, risky, even irrational. But here's one thing I can guarantee: this is the key that seals the permanent union. It's the game changer, the one that operates on a level of reality most people don't even know exists. While the first 2 keys prepare the ground and cleanse your energetic field, the third is the final seal that magnetizes the union in an irreversible way. Before we go any further, I want you to pause for a second and hit the like button if this is resonating with you so far. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because the content I share here isn't surface level, it's deep twin flame knowledge that can truly transform your journey. Now, let's dive into key number 1, the one that will create the energetic void needed for the magic to begin. Key 1, the scarcity block, action, the void. The mistake that's keeping you stuck in the chasing cycle is far more subtle than you think. You're constantly seeking information about him. You look up the 7 silent signs that he's thinking about you, analyze every move he makes on social media, and interpret every word, or silence, as some kind of secret code. You've become an energetic detective, and that's literally creating a scarcity block in your vibrational field. Every time you look for external confirmation about what he's feeling, you're sending this message to the universe: I'm not complete without this information. I need him to feel whole. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, responds by keeping him away. The first action you need to take today is to create an energetic void in your life that only your divine purpose can fill. And no, this isn't about distracting yourself with random hobbies or pretending to be busy. It's about redirecting all that obsessive energy you've been investing in him back into your soul mission. Your focus on mission attracts him like a powerful magnet, while your focus on mysticism, all that searching for signs, synchronicities, and confirmations, repels him. It's a paradox most people don't understand. The more you try to read his energy, the further he moves away. But the more you dive into your own purpose, the more he's pulled toward you. Let me give you a practical example. Instead of spending hours analyzing whether he viewed your stories or trying to decode the spiritual meaning of a dream you had about him, redirect that energy into something that truly matters in your life. If you've always wanted to write, start that book today. If there's a project you've left sitting in a drawer, pull it out now. If you've been wanting to learn something new, sign up for that photography class, that design course, that new language. The point isn't what you do, it's the energetic quality you bring to it. When you vibrate in the frequency of creation, purpose, and expansion, you automatically move out of the frequency of lack and need. And your twin flame runner feels that instantly, because the two of you are connected on a quantum level. Here's the raw truth: as long as he's the center of your emotional universe, you'll remain the chaser. It doesn't matter if you're not texting or showing up physically, energy doesn't lie. If your thoughts revolve around him 80% of the time, if your choices depend on how he might react, if your inner peace hinges on receiving a sign from him, you're chasing energetically. And he's running energetically. The only way to break this cycle is to make him a peripheral part of your life while your divine purpose takes the center. This isn't a game, it's real energetic reconfiguration. When I met a woman named Sophia during a mentorship, she was trapped in that same loop. She spent hours researching numerology to figure out when her twin flame runner would return, watched dozens of videos about spiritual signs, and got weekly tarot readings. When she finally agreed to create the energetic void and dove into her long-held dream of opening a ceramic studio, something extraordinary happened. Within 3 weeks, he showed up. Not because she used a manipulative tactic, but because her energy completely shifted. She stopped vibrating scarcity and started vibrating creative abundance. The magnetic field between them reconfigured naturally. Key 1 is simple in theory but takes courage in practice: stop seeking information about him and start building information about yourself. Stop trying to understand his spiritual journey and dive deep into your own. Stop waiting for him to fill the emptiness inside you, fill that void with your own light, your mission, your greatness. When you do this, and do it genuinely, not as a strategy to bring him back but as a true commitment to yourself, the energetic void you've created becomes a magnetic portal. He'll feel the shift, and he won't be able to stay away. But here's the crucial part: you must do this without expecting immediate results. If you dive into your purpose thinking, "I'll do this so he comes back," you're still in chasing energy, just disguised. Real transformation happens when you do it because you recognize that you deserve to live fully, regardless of what happens with him. That's the level of energetic maturity that changes everything. That's the level of conscious detachment that makes the runner stop running, because there's nothing left to run from. The mirror has shifted. So from now on, every time you feel the urge to check his social media, ask mutual friends about him, or watch one more twin flame video, stop. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what do I truly want to create in my life today? Then go do that. Redirect that powerful energy within you toward building something extraordinary. Because when you're busy building your inner empire, you have no time or energy to chase anyone. And that's exactly where the magic happens, when you stop needing, and start allowing. Key 2, the karma debt, action, the cut. Now we're diving into something even deeper, something you probably haven't even realized you're doing: you've been paying his karmic debt. This shows up in subtle but devastating ways. You try to fix him emotionally, as if it's your responsibility to heal his inner wounds. You defend his behavior to friends and family, justifying things you'd never tolerate from anyone else. You wait patiently while he sorts out his issues, as if his life were more important than yours. All of this creates invisible energetic cords that trap him in a childish role, while you unconsciously step into the role of his emotional mother. This dynamic is toxic and repels true union, because a twin flame needs another twin flame, not a mother figure. Here's how karmic debt works. On some unconscious level, you believe you have to save him, that your mission is to be the light that guides him home. But here's the painful truth: you are not his mother, and he is not your responsibility. Every time you take on the role of savior, you rob him of the growth that only comes from personal accountability. And worse, you drain your own energy, pouring your light into a bottomless well while your own life fades into the background. The twin flame runner doesn't need rescuing. He needs someone who is so complete within herself that she has no desire to rescue anyone. Let me give you a real example of how this shows up. Maybe you've cancelled important plans because he hinted he might show up. Or you've turned down professional opportunities to stay available in case he needed you. Maybe you spend hours visualizing protection around him, sending him light and love, trying to influence his spiritual path from afar. It all looks noble and loving on the surface, but energetically, it's a form of control disguised as care. You're essentially saying, "I know what's best for you better than you do." And that maternal energy, no matter how well-intentioned, creates an automatic repulsion in the divine masculine. He doesn't want a mother. He wants an equal. The second action you must take today is to perform a deep energetic cut from all cords that tie you to his responsibility. This doesn't mean you stop loving him or become cold and detached. It means recognizing that his journey is his own, not yours. It means understanding that you cannot evolve for him, suffer for him, or pay his karmic debts. Every soul has its own path, and when you try to carry the weight of someone else's journey, you interfere with the divine plan. The energetic cut frees both of you. It frees him to take full responsibility for his own evolution, and it frees you to live your life without guilt or emotional obligation. So, how do you actually do this in practice? First, stop monitoring his emotional state as if it's your job to manage it. If he's sad, confused, or lost, that's his problem to solve, not yours. Second, stop making excuses or spiritual justifications for poor behavior. If he ignores you for weeks, don't dress it up with, "He's processing dense energies." Call it what it is, disrespect, and remind yourself you don't have to accept that. Third, withdraw all the energy you've been pouring into trying to help him spiritually. No more visualizations, no more directed prayers, no more energy work focused on him. Redirect all of it to yourself and your own growth. I've seen this happen countless times. A woman named Beatrice came to me completely drained, saying she'd been holding the energetic space for her twin flame runner for over 2 years. She meditated daily, sending him light, performed protection rituals, even fasted on certain days to cleanse his karma. When I finally helped her see that this was a self-imposed karmic debt, and that she needed to make the cut, she resisted fiercely. "But if I don't do it, who will?" she asked. And there it was, the root of the problem. She had made herself indispensable in his journey, as if he couldn't evolve without her interference. When Beatrice finally did the energetic cut for real, she cancelled the rituals, stopped the visualizations, and quit asking friends how he was doing. Something remarkable happened. At first, she felt an odd emptiness, like she'd lost her purpose. But soon after came a sense of lightness, as if a massive weight had been lifted off her shoulders. And within a month, he came back. But this time, not as someone needing rescue or guidance, he returned as a man ready to take responsibility, prepared for a real partnership. Why? Because when she stopped being his energetic mother, he finally had the space to grow into the man he was meant to be. Here's the truth: as long as you're paying karmic debts for him, you're blocking real union. You can't be a twin flame to someone you treat like a child. The dynamic must be horizontal, not vertical. And that only happens when you cut the cords of responsibility and let him fall, fail, learn, and rise on his own. It might feel cruel at first, especially if you have a naturally nurturing and generous heart, but in truth, it's the most genuine act of love you can offer, the freedom for him to be fully responsible for himself. So today, right now, make a clear internal declaration. I release you from my need to save you. I release you from my unsolicited energetic protection. I release you to walk your own path, and I walk mine. I cut all cords of responsibility, obligation, and karmic debt between us. You are free, and I am free. Feel these words in your body. Let the energetic cut truly happen. And then, turn your attention back to your own life. Begin investing all that powerful energy you once poured into him, into yourself. This is key 2, and it will change everything. Key 3, the irreversible certainty, action, the seal. Now we've reached the hardest, most counterintuitive, and most powerful key of all, the irreversible certainty. The mistake that keeps you trapped in doubt is simple, but devastating. You doubt that he's coming back. Even when you try to convince yourself otherwise, even when you speak affirmations with conviction, deep down there's still a small voice whispering, but what if it doesn't work? That doubt, no matter how small, is like a crack in a dam. It allows the energy of separation to leak through, preventing the union from fully sealing. And here's the crucial point, the universe doesn't respond to what you say, it responds to what you truly believe. If there's doubt, there's separation. The third action you must take today is to seal the energetic union through absolute certainty. But pay attention, we're not talking about superficial positive thinking or repeating empty affirmations in the mirror. We're talking about a certainty so deep, so rooted in your being, that you live for the next 24 hours as if he's already back. Not because he called, not because you saw a sign, but because your certainty created that reality in the quantum field. This is the hardest part because your logical mind will scream that you're being irrational, delusional, even ridiculous. But it's precisely this irrational certainty that collapses quantum possibilities and materializes the union. So how does this work in practice? You'll live the next 24 hours exactly as you would if you were already back and the union was confirmed. If you would normally dress up a certain way, do it today. If you'd buy those scented candles you love, buy them today. If you'd finally start that project you've been postponing, start it today. You're not doing it for when he comes back, you're doing it because, on an energetic level, he already has, and you're simply aligning your physical reality with that vibrational truth. It may sound crazy, and that's exactly why it works. You're operating beyond logic, in the realm where faith moves mountains. Let me give you an example. Imagine you have absolute certainty that you're receiving an important payment tomorrow. You don't check your bank account every 5 minutes. You don't lose sleep. You just know the money is coming, so you might even make that purchase today, because you're sure you'll be able to pay. That's the energy of true certainty. Now, apply that same principle to your twin flame union. If you knew, with absolute certainty, that he'd be back in 48 hours, how would you live today? Would you be desperately checking your phone? Or would you calmly prepare your space, take care of yourself, and raise your vibration to match the frequency of reunion? This is where most people stumble, they confuse certainty with anxious expectation. Expectation carries tension, doubt disguised as hope. Certainty, on the other hand, is relaxation. It's knowing without needing to prove anything. When you're truly certain of something, you don't constantly seek external confirmation, you just know. And that deep, visceral, unshakable knowing is what seals the energetic union. The twin flame runner feels that shift instantly, because there's no longer doubt between you. The maybe energy disappears, only the it already is frequency remains. Here's a story that perfectly illustrates this. Camila had gone 8 months with no contact from her twin flame runner. She had done everything, the previous keys, the inner work, the vibrational alignment, but there was still that subtle layer of doubt. When she finally understood key 3, she made a radical decision. She woke up on a Monday morning and decided that that was the day of union, no matter what happened in the physical realm. She didn't wait for a sign, didn't pull tarot cards, didn't ask the universe for confirmation. She simply decided, with a certainty that came from somewhere deeper than reason. Camila spent that entire day living in certainty. She bought fresh flowers for her home, made herself a special dinner, wore the outfit that made her feel radiant, and even wrote in her journal as if the union had already happened. There was no anxiety, no expectation that the phone would ring, just the calm knowing that, on a quantum level, the union was already sealed. And guess what happened? He showed up at her door later that very day. No warning. No message beforehand. He simply appeared. And when she asked what brought him there, he said something remarkable. I felt like you'd finally stopped waiting for me, but at the same time, I felt you knew I was coming. It didn't make sense, but I had to be here. That's the paradox of irreversible certainty. You stop waiting anxiously, yet you know the union is inevitable. It's not passivity. It's not giving up. It's a state of consciousness where you're so aligned with the reality of union that it stops being a future desire and becomes a present internal experience. And when you stay in that state long enough, and 24 hours is more than enough to seal it energetically, physical reality has no choice but to align with your inner certainty. The quantum field collapses in the direction of your deepest conviction. So here's your action for the next 24 hours, live as if the union has already happened. Make every decision from that place. Dress from that place. Speak from that place. Don't tell anyone what you're doing, because true certainty doesn't need validation. Just live in the frequency of the fulfilled union. Every time doubt tries to creep in, don't fight it, simply observe it, and return to certainty. It's like training a muscle, the more you practice being in certainty, the more natural it becomes. And once it becomes your default state, the seal is complete. The union is guaranteed, because you created it first within yourself. And the universe has no choice but to mirror that truth back to you. You have exactly 24 hours to complete these 3 keys, and that deadline is not arbitrary. It's the precise amount of time needed for the energetic transformation to be completed and for the magnetic field between you to be fully reconfigured. Key 1 creates the energetic void that pulls you out of the frequency of chasing and aligns you with your divine purpose. Key 2 performs the energetic cut, freeing you from karmic debt and placing full responsibility for his journey back on him. Key 3 seals the union through irreversible certainty, collapsing quantum possibilities and materializing the reality of union. Applied in sequence within the next 24 hours, these 3 keys completely destroy the chaser energy and turn you into an irresistible magnetic force. Here's the truth you need to engrave in your heart: the twin flame runner only runs from the mirror. He's not running away from you as a person, he's running from the energy that your mirror reflects back to him. If your mirror shows lack, he runs. If it shows neediness, he runs. If it shows pursuit, he runs even faster. But when your mirror changes, when it reflects wholeness, purpose, freedom, and certainty, there's nothing left to run from. In fact, there's everything to come toward. The runner stops running not because you convinced him, but because the object of his running no longer exists. You are no longer the chaser, therefore he can no longer be the runner. These 24 hours are critical because energy is volatile, it needs consistency to solidify. If you apply the keys today but return to your old patterns tomorrow, your energetic field will simply revert to its previous state. It's like trying to boil water, you have to keep the heat constant until it reaches the boiling point. If you turn off the flame too soon, the water cools, and you have to start over. The same happens with energetic transformation. You must maintain the frequency of the 3 keys for a full 24 hours for the seal to become permanent. After that, the change becomes irreversible, and the runner returns within 24 hours, not as a magical promise, but as the natural consequence of your internal shift. If you've already watched the video, The Truth, the 7 silent signs of the divine masculine's awakening, he won't tell you, and confirm that he truly is in the process of awakening, then you already know his energy is shifting. But knowing he's awakening isn't enough. You must take the next step now, and that step is to consciously and irreversibly trigger the energetic union. The 3 keys you learned today create the magnetic field necessary for union, but there's also a complete protocol, a detailed roadmap that guides you through the 7 levels of energetic alignment that seal the union within 48 hours. It's not theory, it's a tested, step-by-step system. The protocol for ending separation, the 7 levels of energetic alignment for union in 48 hours, is the perfect complement to what you've just learned. While the 3 keys destroy the chaser energy and stop the running dynamic, the full protocol shows you exactly how to navigate each level of alignment, ensuring that the union isn't just magnetic, but permanent and unbreakable. You'll learn how to energetically seal every layer of the connection, how to remove invisible blocks that prevent physical manifestation, and how to make sure that when he returns to stay. This is the next level of the work you began today. Click the end screen now and watch the protocol for ending separation immediately. Every hour you delay is another hour spent living in separation, and you don't need that anymore. You already have the tools. You already have the knowledge. Now you just need to apply the full protocol to seal the union permanently within 48 hours. Don't let this knowledge stop here. The twin flame journey doesn't have to mean years of pain and waiting, it can be 48 hours of conscious alignment and magnetic union. The choice is yours. But the moment is now. Click and watch, the union is waiting for you. And if this video resonated with you, if you felt like someone finally spoke the truth without sugarcoating, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Because the content I share here isn't superficial, it's not just motivational, it's deep, transformative knowledge about the twin flame journey that gives you the real tools to manifest union.